Hallows Eve, that time of year again. All creatures from beneath are unleashed to the world. It's time to return to where we all started. Another year, but the scares continue. Another month, but the fear proceeds to rise. This is the Venom Month of Horrors 2, The Quest for Shet.
Hello and welcome to the second annual Venom Month of Horrors. Another year and it doesn't get any less scary. Now on this day a year ago, we took a look at the 1922 unofficial adaptation of Dracula, Nosferatu. But weirdly, it actually got a remake.
That's ridiculous.
Nosferatu The Vampyre, though it was originally called Nosferatu Phantom of the Night, tells the story of Jonathan Harker in Germany and... Okay, you've already heard the story countless times. He goes to Dracula's castle, everybody tells him not to, he's a vampire, people die. Moving on.
We mustn't make him wait.
Now, although this is technically a remake of Dracula...
Count Dracula.
Which is weird because in Nosferatu he's Count Orlok and not Dracula. And this is a remake of Nosferatu. So why is he Dracula in this, and not Count Orlok? It makes no sense! Wait a minute. They listened! They actually listened and they paid! No, it's just dumb and it makes no sense.
That's a good one.
But director Werner Herzog wanted it to be more of an homage to Nosferatu than Dracula. So make it Nosferatu and not Dracula! How hard is that?
Sorry, sir.
I mean, the original didn't have the rights to adapt Dracula, so they changed characters' names and stuff to avoid copyright infringement. The director loved the original and considered it to be the greatest German film ever made, wanting to make his own version with Clarence Kinski as the lead. But you didn't! You made Dracula! This isn't Nosferatu, this is Dracula, so you failed, didn't you, you weirdo? It makes no sense!
Calm down.
However, at this point, Dracula's copyright had expired and was now public domain, so he could update the old film and use the original names. Which wouldn't make it a remake of Nosferatu! It'd be a remake of Dracula! This makes no sense and it's just confusing.
The Curse of the Vampire Nosferatu.
See, they even say it's Nosferatu, so he should be Count Orlok, not Dracula. This makes no sense. Which movie is this? Somebody tell me.
They know.
The movie was shot on a tiny budget with a crew of just 16 people, but they were unable to shoot with the original's film, so they had to relocate to the Netherlands. Much like the original, controversy arose, but over animal cruelty this time. The film has laboratory rats involved, but many of the crew were disgusted at the way they were treated. Firstly, they were transported in extremely poor conditions to the point they started to eat each other as they went from Hungary to the Netherlands. So I guess they were hungry.
Don't go there, sir.
And they were also going to be dyed grey, but in order for that to happen, the cages would need to be submerged into boiling hot water for a few seconds, which killed half of them. And the survivors simply licked the dye off of themselves immediately. And apparently some sheep and horses in the movie were also mistreated, but it's unconfirmed by what means and to what extent. Nosferatu The Vampyre was released in the United States on October the 5th, 1979, and was moderately well received, people liking its dark tone and grim atmosphere. One striking quality of the film is its beauty. Herzog's pictorial eye is not often credited. His films always upstage it with their themes. We are focused on what happens and there are a few beauty shots. Look here at his control of the colour palette, his off-centre compositions of the dramatic counterpoint of light and dark. Here is a film that does honour to the seriousness of vampires. No, I don't believe in them, but if they were real, here is how they must look.
Let's see.
I will give the movie this much. This is the first thing we see. Yeah, we literally open with this. You can't get a much stronger opening than mummified corpses.
Innkeeper, quick, my supper. I have to go to the castle tonight.
Which one?
Count Dracula's.
I think you'll find we're in a Nosferatu movie, so his name is Count Orlok. In this version, everyone refuses to take him to the castle, so he literally has to walk there instead as the sun sets. It's a cool change that makes it that more believable and scary. But the film does dedicate way too long to lingering on shots of the scenery of the castle's exterior and surroundings. And because it's shot at night as well, we don't really see an awful lot, so it's kind of pointless. Just get on with it. Wait, he walked but then somehow magically got a lift in between? What the hell did that happen? Either way, hurry up and get to the castle. I absolutely love the vampire's makeup though. It is amazing. Klaus Kinski was actually infamous for having temper tantrums on set, but impressively he sat for 4 hours to have this applied and apparently wasn't fazed by it, so I guess someone put some milk in his bottle. But also, like Bela Lugosi, he obviously looks and sounds exactly like a vampire.
Jonas and Harker, you have been expected and are welcome in my castle.
Thank you.
Come in. The night is cold and you must be tired and hungry.
See?
Listen. The children of the night make their music.
No, you can't call yourself Nosferatu and then take lines from Dracula. You're Nosferatu, not Dracula. Pick one. But Kinski is incredible in this performance. When he sees the blood and feeds, it is a hell of a lot creepier in this version, and Kinski is just terrifying. He really owns this role. And it's just a tiny pet peeve, but why do they always mispronounce Dracula?
The castle of Count Dracula.
Dracula. Does it sound scarier? Dracula. I feel like I'm repeating points from last year, but why does he stick around after the weirdo sucked on his hand? There's also hardly any music, which makes it more realistic. And as Dracula approaches him in bed, this is petrifying. Jesus Christ. But as he gets closer, it just gets a bit weird and awkward. I mean, why doesn't he just move? I mean, I know Dracula entrances people, but I don't get that sense in the Nosferatu films. He looks like a child who was just caught stealing the last cookie. Jonathan! But Jesus Christ, Dracula is under cement and we see his eyes open. This is creepy as hell, and again, it really benefits from having no music. And only now does Harker decide that he should probably run away from the crazy demonic looking man who sucked on his hand. But when they do rarely decide to add a musical score, it fits the tone. It's really ominous and eerie. It's hardly there, but whenever it is, you can't help but notice and appreciate its presence. The film spends more time on the story, but I don't think it really uses that time to establish anything more. It takes the humans an entire hour to even realise that Harker is missing, and we've not really learned anything interesting about him or his family in that time.
Plague! In Transylvania, in the Black Seaport of Varna, the plague has appeared.
This guy just laughs at anything. Amadeus is back. Oh, and I genuinely thought that this was Ron Perlman. Had to look it up and double check because I was so positive it was him, but nope, it's not. And now lingering on shots of a ship. That's the problem with this movie. It just lingers on shots of nothing. Look, we have a helicopter and we want to show it off. It's not slow storytelling, it's just shots of nothing.
The monster is here!
Remember how Renfield was really creepy in the Bela Lugosi film? Really interesting and just kind of captured your attention? Screw that, let's just have him laugh a lot. And maybe it's just me, but seeing the Count literally carry his own coffin around just kind of ruins the mystery and creep factor of the character. And this is where it starts to drag. They tend to Harker, but you just want it to end. They're not interesting characters, so when the vampire isn't around, you just lose interest. Oh well, his shadow here is really creepy, but nothing is happening at this point. The plot progression is non-existent.
And shoot a woman pure of heart to make him forget the cry of the cock.
She said cock! Oh look, it's the horse from Blazing Saddles.
You must come with me and help me to crush this monster. Coffins have come by boat from the Black Sea. If we can find where he has hidden them, we can destroy him.
And then we can find someone who actually gives a shit. And more long shots of nothing of significance really happening. Just end! end! Do you hear me? It just keeps on going, but I just don't care. There's some stuff about a plague and another vampire, and maybe they're referring to Hark. I don't even know. I've forgotten, and I don't care to replay it to try to remember. It's to the point I don't even care about the scenes that probably would have been scary about an hour ago. Just end! And then he starts rubbing her leg. Ew! Imagine those fingernails inside her. And now, to spice up the excitement, watch your damn bats! Just do something! I'm pretty sure this actor just wanted to hold on to this shot for as long as possible as an excuse to keep grabbing her tit. Okay, why the hell would he literally need to poke his head out of the window just to see if it's daylight? Idiot. And him dying is admittedly really creepy, but why does it take so long for him to react to it? And once he's out of the sunlight again, shouldn't he be fine? And he doesn't even burn, they still need to stake him. And believe it or not, he gets arrested for staking a vampire. This is ridiculous. And it also looks really badly dubbed.
But there was an urgent reason for doing it.
That's for the court to decide.
The rest of the film didn't.
Seal the bedroom for the official investigation. And bring me my horse. I have much to do. Now.
Like, stretch out the film even longer. Even the desert shot lingers. I mean, I'd understand if the credits were over it, but they're not. Finally, fade to black. Jesus Christ. The movie is okay, I guess. It didn't need to be 2 hours, though it feels like 8, but it is creepy with an amazing lead performance. The other characters are bland and boring, but the sets and direction are nice, as is the music, though it's rarely used. I'll never understand the Dracula Nosferatu adaptation here, but I can't help but feel it doesn't really add anything new that the other films didn't already do. So honestly, I'd say to skip this one. You're really not missing much at all.